That plastic stick you're about to toss into the trash is actually a medical-grade miracle in disguise. Most people look at a worn-out toothbrush and see garbage. I see the exact tool that's going to stop you from fumbling with your house keys or crying out in pain just trying to sign a birthday card. The specialty adaptive equipment companies want you to believe you need to drop 50, 60, even $100 on ergonomic grips and senior-friendly gadgets. It's total nonsense. After 15 years working as an occupational therapist and helping thousands of folks regain their independence, I can tell you the secret to beating arthritis isn't found in a medical supply catalog. It's sitting in your bathroom cabinet right now. But it gets worse before it gets better. Most of the tools we use every day, pens, silverware, even your front door key, were designed for people with perfect hands. For the rest of us, using these things is like trying to hold a toothpick with a pair of oven mitts. It's frustrating. It's painful. And honestly, it's exhausting to feel like your own home is working against you. Here's the secret the big medical brands don't want you to know. The shape and durability of a toothbrush handle are almost identical to high-end adaptive grips. Now, you might be asking yourself, Porter, how is a used toothbrush going to help me open a heavy jar or hold a crochet hook? Well, it's all about the leverage. I know this sounds a bit crazy, but stick with me. When your finger joints are inflamed, the worst thing you can do is pinch. That pinching motion puts a massive amount of stress on the base of your thumb. By the time we're done today, you're going to look at your trash and see a goldmine of solutions. If you're tired of being told you just have to live with the struggle, you're in the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now, because we're taking your independence back, and we aren't spending a dime to do it. Think about the last time you tried to use a standard house key. It's thin, it's slippery, and it requires a death grip just to turn the lock. For someone with osteoarthritis, that simple motion can feel like a lightning bolt shooting up your arm. But what if I told you that the rubberized, slip-resistant handle of your old Reach or Oral-B is the perfect power grip extension? We aren't just talking about a hack. We're talking about mechanical advantage. When we modify these everyday items using what you already have in the house, we're decreasing the force your small joints have to exert. This first modification is going to change the way you leave the house every morning. First, let's tackle the invisible enemy lurking in your pocket, that tiny, flat house key. Turning a lock requires a motion called pinch and twist. It's a nightmare for basal thumb arthritis because it focuses all the pressure on one tiny, inflamed spot. But we're going to fix that with the lever action key turner. Grab a pair of pliers and pull those old bristles out. It's surprisingly satisfying, kind of like weeding a garden, but faster. Once the head is bald, you're left with a high-quality, slip-resistant wand. Now, here's the secret. You're going to use a small hacksaw, or even a serrated kitchen knife, to cut a thin slit right into the bottom of the handle. Slide the flat head of your key into that slit. If it's a tight fit, great. If it's a bit loose, a drop of super glue or some epoxy will turn that toothbrush handle into a permanent, ergonomic extension. Suddenly, you aren't pinching a tiny piece of metal. You're gripping a thick, rubberized handle. Instead of using your thumb tip, you're using your whole palm to create leverage. It's like moving from a manual screwdriver to a power drill. But wait, it gets better. Think about your favorite jacket. You know the one you stopped wearing because the zipper tab is so small it feels like trying to catch a mosquito? That's where the no-fail zipper extension comes in. Take another toothbrush handle. This time, look for one with a hole already molded into the bottom. Most brands have them so they can hang on a display hook. Thread a small metal split ring, like the ones on a keychain, through that hole. and then attach the ring directly to your zipper tab. Now, instead of fumbling for a cold, half-inch piece of metal, you have a 3-inch, easy-to-grab handle. You can zip up your winter coat with your eyes closed, or even using just the side of your hand. Now, you might be asking, Porter, what about my hobbies? I can't even hold a pen long enough to finish a crossword puzzle anymore. I've got you covered. This next one is what I call the writing buddy, and it's going to save your signature. Here's the secret. Most pens are too thin. They force your fingers to curl into a tight, painful C shape. Take a toothbrush with a hollow or soft grip handle. Carefully cut off the brush head. If the handle is hollow, slide your favorite ballpoint pen right inside. If it's solid, use some self-adhesive bandage wrap to mate the toothbrush handle to the side of the pen. What you've just created is a built-up grip. By increasing the diameter of what you're holding, you're allowing your hand to stay in a neutral position. It's the difference between clenching a fist and holding a soft stress ball. I know this sounds like a lot of DIY, but these 3 fixes alone will save you about $45 on Amazon. But we aren't done yet, because the biggest struggle isn't the keys or the pens. It's the stuff in the kitchen that feels like it's been glued shut by a professional weightlifter. You're standing in the kitchen, staring at a jar of pickles like it's a vault at Fort Knox. We've all been there. You try the rubber pad, you try running it under hot water, and eventually, you just give up and wait for someone else to come home. It's a total blow to your confidence. But here's the thing, the problem isn't your strength. It's the vacuum seal. Once you break that seal, the lid practically falls off. That's where the jar seal popper comes in. Take a toothbrush handle, ideally one of those older, flatter models, and shave the end down slightly so it's a bit of a wedge. You're going to slide that wedge right under the rim of the jar lid and give it a gentle flick of the wrist. You'll hear that satisfying pop. That's the sound of the vacuum escaping. Now, instead of fighting 100 pounds of pressure, you're just turning a piece of metal. No straining, no redness in your knuckles, and no need to ask for help. It's a total win. Now, I saved the best for last, because this secret weapon solves the one problem that makes most of us want to stay in our pajamas all day. I'm talking about buttons. Those tiny, slippery little discs are the ultimate test of fine motor skills, and when your joints are stiff in the morning, they might as well be impossible. Enter the DIY button hook. You're going to take a toothbrush with a thin, flexible neck. Heat some water until it's just below boiling and dip the neck of the toothbrush in for about 30 seconds. While the plastic is soft, use your pliers to bend the very tip, the part where the bristles used to be, into a small, narrow U shape or a loop. Once it cools and hardens, you have a professional-grade button hook. You slide the loop through the buttonhole, snag the button, and pull it through. You aren't using your fingertips at all. You're using the power grip of the toothbrush handle to do the heavy lifting. I've seen people go from, I can't wear dress shirts anymore, to being fully dressed in 5 minutes flat because of this one 5-cent piece of plastic. It sounds simple, and it is. But simple is what keeps us independent. When you stop seeing your limitations and start seeing solutions in your trash can, you've already won half the battle against arthritis. You've got the tools. You've got the knowledge. Now, I want you to go into your bathroom, find that old toothbrush, and make your first fix today. If you found this helpful, do me a favor. Share this video with one friend who's been complaining about their hands. Let's show them that getting older doesn't mean getting sidelined. I'm Porter, and this is Smart Senior Secrets. I'll see you in the next one.